Welcome back to Elden Ring.
Welcome back. We were talking about how much I love Elden Ring and how I think it's a perfect game and absolutely flawless. I was just talking to Frank about how at the very beginning of the game I got trapped in a late game area because the game decided that exploration was not something it actually wanted to for me to do. But no, listen, I'm being too harsh. I did end up exploring some more and going to places that were much better. I even ended up finding like an invisible wolf that I had to Google how to look him up, how to even speak to him, which is annoying, but that's something I wrote later on, is that I feel like I have to Google constantly for this game. That's all about exploring.
Is that the wolf man?
Yeah.
Like the actual NPC? Yeah, so that's another thing. He's part of a quest line that I didn't touch until doing like half of the game.
Yeah, I've been doing that quest line, and it's taking a long fucking time and taking me all around the world.
Oh yeah.
All I wanted to do was just to put the fucking second boss's rune thing in the tower, and I'm like, how do I do this? And online was like, you got to do the longest quest in the game. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You can't just crash through parked cars. You're a police officer.
We'll
down,
get there.
down.
I mean, they can if they think that you're worth the damage.
I'm gonna put the car away and get one with less heat.
Put the car away.
Yeah, put the car away.
Put it back in the drawer. Easy to get stun locked to death. Super long recovery time. Yeah, that was something that caused quite a few of my deaths. I have the stamina. By all accounts, there are many interactions I should have gotten out of, but they just you just get hit before your recovery time finishes. So you just get stun locked to death a lot in this game.
Yeah,
So
definitely
cool.
can happen. Another tip that I don't know if you've seen from your Google searches, but compared to other FromSoft properties, this game, it's much more important to raise your vigor. I keep needing to remember that's vigor in this game, and vitality is the secondary set.
If you use Dark Souls terms, I'll know. I've just been going my basic vitality, endurance, and strength. With a bit of dex with a little bit of dex on the side, you know how it is.
Because the game is like a much bigger scope than like a normal Dark Souls game, the scaling goes up a lot higher, so you really will end up needing that like 40 bit to not just get one shot.
I'm at that point. I'm like I'm like close to level 60 now, and I've only beaten like 2 of the main bosses. And I'm like, how much more is it? Do I have to keep leveling up before it feels like I'm actually like? Anyway, next one I have so many NPCs, no way to remember them all. They are all over the place. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Everyone loves the meme. What, you don't remember Melina, Marika, Marina, Melanie, Ronnie, Rena?
Yeah, there's literally one character who used 2 different names for no reason. That wasn't confusing at all. I looked it up on the fucking Elden Ring wiki or whatever. It says this character goes by another name sometimes for some reason. Oh, that's pretty cool. On top of that, no boss list, no quest log. How the fuck can I find them?
Well, to be fair,
without knowing
none of the Dark Souls games did that though.
I actually wrote that in my thing here, which is like you failed. Oh yeah, no quest log, which is really annoying because you can, like all Dark Souls games, fail quests without even knowing that you're doing that. So again, you're required to look it up in this game about exploring.
The nice thing about Elden Ring is there's only like 3 or 4 NPCs that you can fail, rather than a normal Dark Souls game where almost every NPC has a flag.
It's still so annoying that it's like, okay, I'm trying to do this quest. Do I do this thing, or will it fuck up everything? And I look it up, and online, it's like, yeah, if you do this thing, you'll fuck up everything. It's like, alright, cool. Like, why do I have to keep looking this shit up online?
Well,
like, am I the only person around here that likes playing open world games and just, like, not trying to not look up all the time?
I just take it as, like, you know, every FromSoft game already does this. This is just like a classic copy-paste of just what they do with NPCs, and I just go,
just because all the Dark Souls games does it doesn't mean it's good. Alright? And this is something I've come to realize more and more. Too many locations I can't remember, that's another thing. NPCs and characters are all over the damn place. I don't know the names of all the random fucking
you just decrepit building. Here, huh?
Yep, I'm just cooling down, Frank. I mean, I keep getting in high-speed chases and really don't want to lose my car.
Constantly looking things up when I
So parking in the highway will help. No one's
They
gonna
don't know
call
I'm
this
here.
guy who's just.
I'm hidden behind other cars.
Yeah, but normal citizens should be like, this fucking asshole just parked sideways in the highway. Like,
Well, they're all gone now, so...
I've got like an entire page on Liurnia. All of Liurnia sucks, is how I've started this off. It's
it's pretty
Sorcerer
bad.
Heaven, Knight Hell, because I'm Knight. Why does Sif also have to have magic? Why can't I kill the worst Elden Lord? Literally every damn enemy has sorceries. So yeah, Liurnia. So there's sorceries fucking everywhere.
I actually enjoyed the Academy. I do not like the zone around the Academy. Is what
I can somewhat agree to that. The Academy was still kind of annoying, but it was relatively short. I don't know why Sif has to have magic. Damned dog run around
That's
with magic
fine.
bullshit.
It's not Sif. It's people
It is
theorizing
Sif.
that it's like an unused cut content from DS3, which
Oh, I don't
was
think
what
that.
enemy's
But
gonna
I just
do.
think that again, like, why, what was so wrong about the old, like, having a dog with a sword? Why do they have to shoot magic at you all the fucking time?
Because it's a magic dog. This dog is magical.
Because I ended up calling my character, or myself, I'm now the Wizard Slayer, because I hate fucking sorcery wielders so fucking much
Yeah.
because of that place. And you get to the end, and you fight the Elden Lord there, but guess what? It's a fake out, because you don't even kill her. Isn't that funny? Dude, I love not being able to kill, but I love it when games do that, when you kill them in the game but not in the cutscene. That's so cool. And you can't even kill her afterwards like you can in every other Dark Souls game, so you can still kill NPCs. You can't do that. I really fucking hate that bitch, but I'm not allowed to kill her. That's pretty cool. Literally every damn enemy has sorceries. That's pretty fun, just shooting at you from a mile away all the fucking time.
Yeah, because the Academy.
It
They're
sucks.
all sorcery people. You got
I
zombies
hate
and
that. Like,
dogs and
I
mannequins,
was in
dude.
that area for a long time, and I really grew to resent it pretty hard.
See, I had a different experience because that was like one of the last places I went and did.
I should reaffirm that some of these things are definitely subjective, or a lot of them are. It's just my feelings on it. I don't necessarily think that all of this stuff is representative of the entire game. Ambush formula rampant and predictable. Literally every time I see an item that's just out, like, oh, it's just kind of there, dare you to get it, 1,000,000% of the time there's an enemy around the corner or buried underground or something like that. It's gotten so fucking played out that it's just boring. Like, what?
I mean, have you how many of the side dungeons have you done?
I've done a few amount. I think like 4 or 5 maybe.
Tell me your opinion on the imp demons.
I care not for them. I have no
Yes.
real opinion on them.
See, I hate them.
I think it's because when I find the dungeons, I'm usually done with the area, so I'm powerful enough that I can pretty much just one-shot them or two-shot them or whatever.
I'm just taking out these cars by crashing into them.
But like,
That's good.
the dungeons with
that
the
was
imp
so awesome.
demons really teaches you to be like, alright, that's a corner. I'm gonna raise up my shield on every corner here, because there's probably an imp waiting around the corner to attack me.
Yep, and you can almost guarantee that it's definitely the case. Every single time. And with a game this big, you get really tired of it pretty quickly. This next one is something that you kind of alluded to last recording session, which is that this game it's not truly an open world game. This is my opinion on it, at least. If you stray too far from your current area, enemies will quickly overwhelm you with their power. And by that I mean, like, it really is just big Dark Souls. In that it's still kind of linear. Like, not entirely, of course, but you still, like, kind of have to go from one area to the next that is the correct level for you. Otherwise,
I mean,
you'll quickly run into enemies that one-shot you, or you do no damage to them. And that is rampant
it is
throughout
literally
the entire
just
game.
more Dark Souls with an open, like, world flavor attached to the Dark Souls.
Flavor is a good way
Like,
to put
that
it,
is
but
just
actually calling it proper open world, I don't think I could call it that, honestly.
Well, no, yeah, like a lot of the people who are actual FromSoft fans and enjoy like the company and the property disagree with the normal game journalists that are calling this just an open world game.
Yeah,
it's not really an open world game.
It's really not, and that's the thing.
It's
I'm fighting with it constantly. So it's like it's not fully Dark Souls. You can't just fight the bosses in order. You have to kind of like explore around, but you can't explore too far, or else you quickly get overwhelmed and get fucked up. And so this gets really annoying. I'm in this constant state of like, oh, well, here's a dungeon, but I don't know if I should go in there because then I'll just get fucked up and die because I'm not supposed to be here yet. Or, you know, I'm like going around every single corner super cautiously because it's like, oh, is this enemy going to be like super fucking difficult for no reason? Yes, it will. Okay, that's cool. I guess I'll come back here later if I can remember to. That's constantly fucking happening.
Yeah, basically every dungeon that I found, I would just hammer my head against the wall. Oh, I'm red barring. For like 90% of the dungeons in the game, I would just hammer my head against the wall until I got it done. Because for the most part, I was able to adapt pretty quickly to some of the enemies and like. Because another thing is, like, they fall into, like, 3 categories. So you quickly learn, like, the move sets of the general enemies in the dungeon. Because usually it's either a skeleton dungeon, an imp dungeon, or, my mind's blanking. But there's usually, like, 3 basic... The dungeon's full of this kind of enemy.
Yeah,
that you have to deal with.
I've
So, like, the actual dungeon's fine. And, like, I think there was 3 dungeons that I did where I was just like, no, I'm done fighting this boss. I'll come back and do it. And then it didn't occur to me until I was like 99% done with the game. I was like, hold on a second here. The wiki says there's this item. I'm missing this item. Oh, this was the dungeon I didn't do the boss on and just never went back to.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I wish there was some way to track this shit.
I mean, yeah, that's just like a general
look up
agreement.
the wiki and be like,
what
the fuck?
I wish that, like, I said it in the chat and the rest of the group kind of agrees that, like, it'd be better if the game had, like, a Skyrim system where if you've killed the boss, like, gotten all the items in the dungeon, it would mark the dungeon grace as cleared.
Yes,
like Skyrim
that's
does
the
with
thing.
its
Like, I
caves.
feel like if this game is trying to be an open world, they should have taken these extra steps to make it more accessible in that way. To do things like give you more information, like, oh, you've beaten the boss here, and oh, there's this like NPC here. I mean, they kind of do that, but not really. Like, it's just kind of a half commitment. And it's really annoying. Like I said, I've gotten to the point where I didn't want to use the, like, Google things all the time, but now I've just got a tab open on my phone at all times, multiple tabs, just trying to figure out where the fuck I'm going and like doing. The thing about levels as well, that's another thing, is that and dungeons and stuff, is like, I don't know what the fuck level I'm supposed to be. Because, like, say I want to summon for people, which I didn't do for a long time. I didn't even get PSN, PS Plus, whatever it is, for a while, because I was fighting bosses fine on my own. But eventually I did, because like, there were some bosses I was just going to be fucked with. But I constantly ask myself, like, what level do they expect me to be here? Because it's kind of open world, I don't know where I'm supposed to be at. With a regular Dark Souls game, it's linear enough that you're like, oh, when I'm around this area, I should be roughly around level 25 or whatever. But this game doesn't have that at all. So I'll walk into a dungeon, it's like, okay, this boss is really fucking hard. This whole area is really fucking hard. Should I even be here? Should I keep banging my head against the wall? Or should I just go somewhere else? You know, like, I don't know what I should do. And I know that there's some people that'll be like, well, like, it's an open world, you get to decide. But I don't... You know what I mean? I wish that I could just go somewhere and explore it and do it then. I don't want to have to keep it in the back of my head and go, oh, I guess I'll come back here later. Like, that's not fun to me.
Yeah, see, that's why I just did option B, where I just kept slamming my head against the wall.
That is not very fun.
But like I said, like, for me, I went and did market. It wasn't working. I was like, fine, I'll go fuck off. Went straight to Red Hellland, and I was just doing rounds in that place, trying not to get 1 to 2 shot, and I just kept at it. And everyone else is like, why don't you just do the first actual dungeon of the game? I'm like, nah, I like doing the stuff for you.
Yeah, well, you know what I like? Ending
So
the episode.